Good morning, everybody. And that was a look back a little bit about Volunteer Week. National Volunteer Month just ended. It was quite the April. I want to thank everyone who volunteered out there in the audience, all the Lippert Scouts who participated, companies everywhere, people. We had over 1,200 team members participate in Volunteer Week for Lippert, packing over 140,000 plus items. Food items, school supplies, cards, all different types of items. So thank you all for the team members who participated in Volunteer Week. And thank you all for joining us this week on Lippert Live. It is Friday, May 3rd. Hello, if you are watching on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, let us know in the comments where you're watching and make sure you're subscribing so you can check us out every Friday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. As we head into summer, I'm excited to get out there into some of the rallies, events that are happening coming up, and I hope to bring some of that experience to you all as we basically go remote for some of these Lippert Lives, and maybe see some of our Lippert Scouts, see some campers that we've seen, and we're not too far from all the lakes here in northern Indiana, see some boaters. We're going to have Rachel Lindvall, who is a director here at Lippert, talk a little bit about what she does to impact the Marine team, because we are not just RV, we are not just trailers and towables, we are all things Marine. We are truck accessories to make sure you're getting to where you need to get to. And of course, RV is the big one. So thank you all for joining us. Make sure you're commenting, letting us know where you are coming from. Doug is coming to us live from Indiana, so not too far away. Where at in Indiana? We are here in Elkhart, Indiana, RV capital of the world. Good morning, Jill, Bob, Travis is in the chat. Jim, Jenny, welcome. Hello. I haven't seen you in the chat very often, so hooray. Derek is coming from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I know Fort Wayne very well. Esmeralda and Renee in the chat as well. Get in the chat. You can chat with us via whatever platform you are watching. You can check us out in the comments, or you can join in on the Lippert Communities app. That's right. Lippert Communities is free on iOS and Android. You can check out our Lippert Scouts community. We're going to be talking about that in a little bit. And you can make sure you can get in the conversation with those who are watching live right now. Now, this is a good one. This one, Mike, watching on LinkedIn right now from Norwich, England, the UK. Welcome. Joining us all the way, and then not as far away, but still as appreciated. Kevin joining from Saginaw, Michigan. Doug is in Richmond. So yes, indeed, not too far away. So thank you all for joining us here on Friday, May 3rd. Absolutely fantastic to have all of you there. Speaking of volunteering, we talk about Volunteer Week ending. Volunteering doesn't have to end. If you want to participate with fellow RVers in bettering your community, check out Lippert Serve, servewithpurpose.com. That is SERV. You can check out Serve with Purpose for all different types of volunteer opportunities all over the place, whether it's in your hometown, whether it's in a community that you are camping at, whatever the case may be, you can check out Serve and basically get in the easy way of helping out without having to do a lot of the legwork yourself, but still participating and making a difference. This month, it is the first Friday in May. Every month, Serve has monthly challenges for campers to participate in. This month's challenge is packing food at a local food bank or pantry. So participating in that way, I know we have a variety of those options here in northern Indiana. Just kind of check out your local community, see what they might be looking for. Maybe they're looking for just canned goods. Maybe they're looking for you to come in and actually participate. That is this month's challenge through Serve. So I thank Serve for participating in that. Thank all you for listening. Linda is watching from New York. Finding our someday is on the chat. Grace. Alterman Joe watching in Arkansas, right next to Tennessee. So if you see me looking this way, it's looking at all the awesome chat comments in our Lippert Communities app. So thank you so much, everyone, for participating. Inside the Lippert Communities app, you can check out Lippert Scouts. Lippert Scouts is our feedback and participation forum. Basically, if you've ever wanted to write a letter in a suggestion box to the RV community, to the RV industry, Lippert Scouts is a direct line into suggestions and feedback on all types of RV experiences, Lippert products, Lippert experiences, customer service, whatever the case may be. Check it out. Lippert Scouts is free to join right now in the Lippert Communities app, as well as Facebook. We make it nice and easy. A lot of our folks watching on Facebook right now. So you can join in Lippert Scouts watching on Facebook. So thank you all for joining us, and continue to keep that conversation going. I wanted to start off a little bit, speaking of Scouts and feedback. I don't know if you follow Lippert on LinkedIn. You should be checking that out. Lippert TikTok as well. Tyler, one of our sales specialists, all things within products of Lippert, really Tyler is everywhere, recently came out and showed a little bit about an upcoming product, something that's hitting the market. We want your feedback on it. We want your first impressions on it. Get your first impressions here in the chat. But I wanted to highlight this product. Let me know if you've seen anything like this before. Let me know if you've seen this particular post here on the undermount sliding step.
This is Tyler with Lippert, and today I want to talk to you about our undermount sliding step. There's a couple big benefits here. One is you're not restricted to your entry door width, so you can go up to 3 feet wide on this step. You're also able to do a double, triple, quad configuration, and with it being undermount, you don't have to worry about any dirt or debris dumping to your living space of your coach. Get camping, you'll have a larger platform for easy entering and exiting your coach. Please give us a like and drop us a comment below. We appreciate your feedback.
So yes, we want your feedback right now. The undermount sliding step. Steps are obviously a big deal. It's how you get in and out of your camper, right? If you've ever thought about some type of upgrade, whether it's any type of Lippert steps, maybe our solid step is an option for you. Maybe it came with a different type of step and you've just trying to see what other options are out there. I want to know what your first impressions are of the undermount sliding step. So get in the comments, get in the chat, let us know in Lippert Scouts what your first impressions are on that product that we hope to see out there with a lot of your units soon, at least as an available option. So Finding Our Someday in the chat says, just saw these steps in person. We do have at Lippert headquarters in Elkhart, Indiana, the solid steps and the undermount steps available for viewing, so you can see kind of what that is in person. So that is awesome right there. Mike in the chat says, I'm assuming slip resistant in the UK, always raining. I'll tell you what, that is one of those DIY projects that people are always trying to figure out on their steps. I've seen so many in Lippert Scouts talk about what they've done, whether it's a type of decking. We've seen people use marine decking, in fact, whether it's tape, anything like there. Yeah, there is some built-in slip resistant to make sure you have the most comfortable, but there's also a lot of DIY options out there too. So interested in seeing all of your feedback on that. As well as any other types of Lippert products. We're going to get into some of the feedback and posts that happened within Lippert Scouts this week in just a moment. I do want to make note, Finding Our Someday in the chat, the Nickersons did mention, we talk about Serve. Congratulations to the Serve community on Facebook. If you look up SERV on Facebook, just hit 1,000 members. So for something that just started a year ago, 1,000 members now interested in volunteering nationwide when they're out and about camping. So we appreciate that incredibly much. Thank you all for taking part in that community right there. On the Lippert Communities app, if you have not gotten this app yet, make sure you are checking out Lippert Communities. Right now, we have a feedback opportunity dedicated to awnings. If you've ever wanted to let us know a little bit about your awning experience or what could be better in the awnings out there, whether it's a Lippert or not, we want to hear your experience and get your feedback right now. On the Lippert Communities app, search feedback opportunities, and you can find more information on that survey to be able to get us that direct feedback. What's really cool is as the summer progresses, as other surveys and opportunities come out, we also look forward to letting you know, where is that feedback taken, where is it going, and how is that being put into place into some of the Lippert processes out there. So we appreciate all of your feedback on that. Right now in the community on Scouts, Wes, who we had on Lippert Live in just a couple of weeks ago, really, at this point, to talk all things One Control. Wes was letting our Scouts know a little preview of the upcoming app updates for Lippert Apps, One Control, Compass Connect, and Lippert Connect. So depending on the various rigs you might have, depending on the model, the make, you might have One Control, you might have Compass Connect. So those apps are headed out to app stores recently. Wes, thank you for letting our Lippert Scouts know. Joe in Lippert Scouts gave a little before and after feedback on awning replacement going through the process. Is it scary? Not so much, he says. But before and after, we want to know your before and after. What are your DIY projects that you have going on? This can not only help your fellow Lippert Scouts, not only your fellow campers know about what they can do, but it helps our teams know what are the top of mind priorities out there right now amongst those that are using this and doing this full time. So thank you so much. Indeed, yeah, 1,000 members in the Facebook Serve group. Thank you so much, Corey and Jesse, for not only building up that community, but letting others and letting our scouts take part in that as well. Camp, Relax, Repeat. Say that 18,000 times fast. Camp, Relax, Repeat. Love it. What's the one RV upgrade product you can't live without? So maybe something that didn't come included on your unit, but you had since put on, and now you're like, if you take that away from me, my camping experience will just not be as enjoyable. It just won't be as good as with this product on my unit. We want that feedback. Let us know in the comments right now on this video. Let us know inside Lippert Scouts. I'm very curious to see what, I'm going to guess steps are one of those for some people out there. Some type of step upgrade that has happened. Maybe you have had something to keep some of the sun out as you're camping in the winter. Maybe you have a bike rack. Maybe you're out there traveling about, kayak, bikes, whatever the case may be. You just needed to bring a little bit more of the outdoor experience with you as you're going out and about. So we want to know what those are. And yeah, we love seeing fellow RVers DIYs. Sharing your DIY projects allows other campers to maybe get that spark to do an upgrade they thought about, or maybe something they didn't even think was possible. So I love folks sharing those. The Russells in chat, Restless Russells in the chat right now. Tankless water heater, an RV upgrade. Jim in the chat says, my wife. I'm assuming that's for the RV upgrade that you can't live without. Anything is better than the diving board steps. Can see that. Yeah, so a lot of folks in the chat right now talking about their upgrades. So we appreciate all the feedback, all things RV feedback. Get into Lippert Scouts and let our folks know what we can do to help the RV experience. And to maybe better some of the products that you're seeing. And maybe it's to improve some of our customer service. Our customer care line, as you see, 432 Lippert from anywhere in the United States. You can chat with us. You can see our virtual assistant as well. Our new virtual assistant is online to be able to get you to the places on the website that you might need to go to, that you maybe don't have time to go talk to forum research or whatever the case may be. You just want to try to ask a question. Our Lippert virtual assistant is there to help out as well. We get a lot of comments inside the comments on our social media channels on Lippert Scouts. We get a lot of comments for customer service. We want to make sure we're helping you as fast as possible and as best as we can. And our Lippert Customer Care Center is here for you to be able to help out and do that. Let's see. Doug says we put an adjustable base and new mattress for our bed. It's amazing and super comfortable. Let me know out there in the chat right now if you are watching live. It seems like when you talk about steps being one of the first upgrades, I know I talk about that. Mattresses, the bedding, where you're going to sleep every night once you get your new camper, always seems to be one of the first types of upgrades out there. There's folks out there that love the stock mattress that comes in it, whatever brand that may be. Sometimes you want to go a little bit different. Maybe there's not necessarily anything bad about that stock mattress. You just want a little bit something different. So yeah, and if you're interested in the steps that we showed out, be tuned in to lippert.com, the all new lippert.com, which also will show you local dealers. Now, if you're interested in a product and you want to see if it's available locally at a dealer near you, we will have a dealer map and dealer location details where you can go and check, hey, that dealer is available. They sell Lippert products. I'm going to see if they have this item right now. So check out the all new Lippert product pages on lippert.com. And if you have any feedback about the new website, make sure you are getting that to us as well, because that is a constant improvement. We're constantly looking at improving our website there as well. Some upcoming events that you're going to be able to see us at. And there's one going on right now. There's one going on right now in Tennessee, Grand Design RV Rally. We have Lippert teammates and friends. The Cashes are there in person. In fact, you might, if you see this setup down there at the Grand Design Rally in Tennessee, those are our friends, the Cashes. So you can check that out right now and say hi to them. They can tell you all things Lippert, all things Lippert Scouts. We're also going to be at a Grand Design Rally in a couple of weeks up in Coldwater, Michigan. And then Alliance is coming to town here in Goshen, the Elkhart County area. The end of May, we are going to be available. We have service, we have products available, and you can chat us about some of the new things happening in Lippert. So if you are a member of any of those manufacturers owners groups and attending those rallies, let us know. We look forward to seeing you. That is a little bit of our schedule for the next few weeks here, where you are going to find Lippert teammates. If you don't see your rally has a Lippert presence, make sure you're contacting us. Get us in Lippert Scouts. Let us know where should Lippert be, because we want to be able to find you where you're at. So look forward to seeing that. Of course, RV Owner School registration is open for Eugene, Oregon, Tuesday, June 18th. That is open at the website you see right down. You can go to lippert.com and search support, or you can go to lci.ink/RVOS 2024. So save that slide. Make sure you're watching the on-demand video if you need that website. And then these are some of the RV owner schools that are coming up in the Indiana area. In Mishawaka, Indiana, we are going to be starting off in June. So just a little over a month, we're going to have our 3-day RV owner school. And these schools are RV owners coming to town, hands-on experience, getting the full gamut of the RV Technical Institute, the Lippert Technical Institute, hands-on product experience, questions answered by techs who are privy to all types of knowledge, all things Lippert products. So be sure to be checking out RV Owner School on the Eugene, Oregon, RV Owner School in Eugene, or in Mishawaka. Other dates coming up. We're going to be in a lot of locations across the United States. We've already had a few across the United States right now, but you don't have to take it from me. I'm going to let one of our RV Owner School attendees tell you a little bit about the experience, and then we'll be right back with Rachel Lindvall to talk about her experience in leadership development, as well as the marine side of Lippert here on Lippert Live.
There's always something to fix on the RV, and so by learning, then I can help us enjoy our journey instead of having to work on it so much. I travel with my husband. My husband is very knowledgeable about the RV, and I always feel like I want to participate, but it's hard for me to participate. And so I felt like this would give me more confidence and be able to describe what I'm seeing along with him, because I always feel like 2 sets of eyes are better than 1, and just allow me to be more a part of this experience. It's allowing me to be part of the troubleshooting. You know, we learned how to use a multimeter yesterday, and the hands-on portion has been good. I think that that's also kind of added to the experience. I think it shows that they are really customer focused. They want to empower us. They want us to have this experience. They want us to feel knowledgeable about their products so that we can help ourselves and we can help explain things so that they can help us better. That's what I really love about our camping community, is we're all very helpful to one another and want to support one another, and our companies do too.
Rob here, back with Dr. Rachel Lindvall, and I am so excited to have this conversation today. Rachel, you are Director of Leadership Development here at Lippert. You've been here for a good amount of time, coming on kind of right after the pandemic started. Let me start with this. First of all, welcome. Thanks for doing this for Lippert Live and our audience. But how have you seen Lippert change, grow over the last several years, and how have you made an impact in that?
Man, well, first of all, thanks for having me. I love to get to connect with you and also connect with our audience. And yeah, you're right. I came in, it'll be 3 years this summer. So I came in when things were business was just booming, right?
Yeah.
Like we could not keep enough, things on the shop floor. It was just going like mad. And I think sometimes when things are going like mad, things like culture and leadership can get shoved to the back. And so something that I primarily work in the Marine division, and I've just been really proud of our leaders who have really invested in themselves and invested in their teams despite how busy we were when I first came in. I think just seeing the importance that they put on growth during that time when it was so crazy is paying off in dividends now, as obviously things have gone back to a little more of a normal pace. Then they're already in those habits of development versus shoving those to the back. So I think getting to be a part of that is something I'm really proud of, and something I just praise our leadership here and our leaders for the work that they've done and in growing their teams. And then I think another aspect I've gotten to be involved in is our Built to Grow, which is our monthly webinar that goes out for all team members at Lippert. It's global. It's the third Thursday of every month, and we just talk about things where people can grow personally and professionally. And last year we did a series that was around the 4 pillars at the time. We now have 5 pillars. But last year it was focused around that, having different people from our organization in. And then this year we're focusing on bringing in some outside voices. So we kicked off the year with Jason Lippert, which is always a hit. Got to hear his word of the year and kind of a charge for the year. But then now we're bringing in some outside voices as far as getting some different perspectives from some different industries, which has been really fun.
And you talk about outside voices on several recent Built to Grows. You often bring in folks from the sports world.
Yes.
And so why is having a sports background important? And you yourself have a little bit of a sports background as well.
Right. Yeah. So the first 21 years of my career was spent in the college sports world, coached for over 20 years. And so I have a lot of connections and in the sports world. And I think that, I mean, you don't have to be a part of sports to get this opportunity, but so much of team development happens in sports, you know, the coaching side of things, whether you're in a coach role or whether you're, you know, alongside teammates. And I know that I find so much connection between my experience, not only as an athlete and as a coach, I also was a professor, and just feel like there's so much crossover between those worlds. So I've been fortunate to have, you know, connections with people that are willing to come on the show and talk about, you know, their experiences. And I feel like it connects so well to what we're doing here at Lippert, because we are so team oriented, we are so development oriented, and we're all in this together. And I think there's just so much correlation between sports and real life.
A little bit on the competition side too, right? Like how
Absolutely.
does competition kind of play into it?
Yeah, and how you want to be as a competitor, right? Because I know that there's the win at all cost competitors, and we don't want to be that, right? We don't want to just be trampling over people to be successful. So it's how do we be at our best? How do we be as competitive as possible without sacrificing, you know, our character and our ethics and our morals? So yeah, there's definitely that competitive piece as well.
And you mentioned working primarily with the marine side within Lippert. You know, a lot of folks who come up to us, you know, they're RVers. You know, a lot in our community, that's kind of the primary about our business. So when you go into the other plants that are making our marine products, because they're spread out as well, what do you get as the sense of, you know, we're growing marine not just for ourselves, but we're growing it to make sure it has a bigger impact within Lippert overall, trying to kind of fight, you know, big brother of RV over there?
Well, and I think that's something I love that you brought that up, because as RV kind of, you know, started to taper off in terms of sales before Marine did, and I know that people really, I think they hadn't really thought about the connection to Lippert as a whole before that, when we were still really going up, and to really have those conversations around saying like, look, we're in this together. So as RV, you know, might be leveling out a little bit, dropping down a little bit, Marine can kind of come alongside, and this is an opportunity for us to grow, to be a part of this whole team of one Lippert. Something that we have, our VP, Jeff Weissong, at the end of last year, started this thing in Marine called One Marine. So all of us are working together. Traditionally, you talked about the competition. You know, our plants could be competing against each other for sales dollars, or you know, just the on-time deliveries, all those stats. But we've started really with this thing of saying like, we're all in this together. And I think going through these different markets that have been up and down at different times have allowed us to really see ourselves as a part of the greater unit. And it isn't, you know, RV over there or building transportation products over there, marine over there, right? We really are one. And I think it's really promoted a lot of conversations around that for people to understand the greater good and of Lippert as a whole, which has been pretty cool.
What do you see as the future of leadership development? Maybe not even just within Lippert, but how do you get not only team members to grow, but this particular division within Lippert to grow along with it?
Absolutely. Something that we've started doing is we want to, I think that the future of leadership development is developing leaders who develop leaders, right? Like I'm one person, and if everyone's relying on me to grow them, we're in trouble. Like we need to have a cyclical effect, right? So something we actually started in Marine this year is what I've called our Teaching to Fish series, right? It comes from the classic story of like, you give someone a fish, they eat for a day, right? You teach them to fish, they eat for a lifetime. And so we've actually started rotating through our leaders. So traditionally, I would do a leadership development, a session monthly with all of our teams and all of our leaders. And now I'm doing the session, I'm teaching the teachers, right? I'm teaching the leaders, and then now they are teaching their teams, just to kind of start them being the ones that are doing the educating versus just looking at me, and saying, oh, she does the development, right? And it's been really cool to see them really grab onto that and thrive with it. And for a lot of them, it's really out of their comfort zone, right? I mean, you're standing in front of a group of your peers and you're doing a PowerPoint and it feels uncomfortable and it's not really what they're used to, but it's been amazing to see how connected people are when their peers are teaching them. And so I really think that that's what's next. That's definitely what's next in Marine, but I think it's next in leadership development in general, is almost, you don't want to say this, but almost working yourself out of a job, right? Like, because if you really get leaders developing leaders, that's really what we want in terms of this being a cultural thing. Just like with safety or just like with quality, we want everyone to own it. And so if we have to rely on the safety person or the quality person, and that's the only thing we rely on to be safe or have quality, then we're in trouble. So that's what I think is next. And that's what we're doing in Marine.
And how does this ultimately impact our customers, right? The people that are using Lippert products, the folks that have Lippert products on their boat, have the RV, maybe they're just camping and are using our chairs and our accessories there. Like, how does this ultimately impact those folks out there?
That's such a fantastic question. I love, you thinking about, if it's a boat, they're sitting on a boat seat that we made, right? Or they have a windshield that came out of one of our plants, or like you said, they're sitting on a chair that came from wherever. And the thing is that if the people on the floor care about their own development, they're going to care about the product they're building, right? They're going to create better products. We're also going to have better efficiency. We're going to have better quality. We're going to have better service, because if we are doing these things, leaders developing leaders, we're going to have better retention too. We're not having to train a new person every time because we're just running through people. And so the efforts around having leaders that are proud of who they are and their teams and developing their teams is only going to increase our quality, only going to increase our customer experience and our user experience on the end, because every place that's going down the shop floor to out the door has people that actually care about growing and developing themselves, which means they're going to care about that product because that product represents them.
That's awesome. Rachel, I appreciate you taking the time for us. Appreciate what you do. Keep building leaders out there. And thank you so much for sharing a little bit about your story and what you do here with our audience.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.